afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to another video with a guy and his projects. Today we are working on a 2016 Subaru Outback, and we are doing rear brakes. Essentially, a friend called me, said, hey, I'm hearing some grinding noises. Can you check it out? First thing I hear is rear driver's side going grrr, and I was like, oh yeah, we got problems. So we pulled the tire off, and essentially what you're looking at here is a whole lot of glitter. Glitter from the metal, the backing plate, which is this plate right here, that holds the braking pad on, which the braking pad no longer exists on this side. So we are tearing up metal on a rotor, also indicated by the fact that this side of the rotor, that little thin thing, should be at least as thick as this side. So either one, we have a sticking caliper and it's not releasing, so that side just got ate away, which hopefully we can lube up with some slide pins, or two, just something else malfunctioned. Either way, the outside is not much farther behind the inside. Either way, we got problems. We're going to do pads and rotors at a minimum. Once we get this caliper off, we are going to see what we need to do. But this is kind of the sound, if I can... Oh yeah, you hear that? That's what he was listening to, which is horrible. So we're gonna do pads, rotors. Once we get this caliper off, we'll see what we need to do there. This does have electronic parking brakes. How you want to retract those is up to you. I'm going to try and get into the computer, whatever sequence Subaru wants us to do to retract the electronic parking brakes, because that is the safest way to do things. This side is not as bad. We are almost metal on metal, but not quite. And this one spins a little more free. Life is good on this side, but let's do it. I bought a headband for the GoPro so I can work with two hands and not be so delayed while working with the camera. We're gonna try that out today. When I edit it, maybe this video never makes it because the camera don't work out. The headband, I don't know. But we're gonna see. Also, brakes and rotors and caliper if needed. I will link all that stuff down below in the video description. Click the links, buy the stuff. Even if you don't buy what I link, you click the links, buy stuff, I make a small commission. Your money doesn't change. You spend the same amount regardless of who gets it. But if you click my links, then go buy stuff, I make a small commission. Amazon doesn't get everything. I get a little bit. So yeah, help me out there. Let's do it. So first of all, this is wacky do. You guys are on my head, which is better than in my head, I think. I have no idea what you guys can see right now, but we got the tire off, of course. First thing we're gonna do is put the car in maintenance mode to retract the electronic parking brake. I used a scan tool. Not everybody has that. Most of you don't, so I'm not even gonna show it. If you have it, go into services, brakes, release parking brake, maintenance mode, whatever you wanna call it, do that. If you don't have a scan tool, I'm not gonna tell you how to do this because it's not proper, and I don't want you doing improper things. After you have this in maintenance mode, we're gonna come over here. We're gonna grab our brake fluid cap, and I'm just gonna pop it loose, just so that as the piston gets compressed, we have somewhere for the fluid to go. I'm gonna pick up the car to a comfortable level. For you, it might be a jack stand and a jack. Right about there for me. Okay, so we're getting rid of the rotor and the brake pads. We have new ones right here. I really hope you guys can see. I have no idea. Like I said, I will link the everything down below. We got a new rotor, new pads, hardware. This Subaru doesn't actually have slide hardware. It just slides on the bracket. Weird, I know, but that's what it is. All right, so first thing, I'm gonna grab my flathead. I'm gonna come in here. On your caliper, for your slide pins, you're gonna have these rubber caps. You're gonna have one right there and another one up here, or down here, I guess. I'm gonna pull those off. Done with the screwdriver for the rest of the job till that side, pretty much. Okay, so next thing, we're gonna go ahead and pull these slide pins out. So we're gonna remove the caliper. Some people might tell you to try and decompress the piston while you're here. If you want to, go for it. Don't know, don't care. I wanna pull out the slide pins, which I'm using a 3/8 ratchet and an H7. So a 7, right? Yeah, so 7mm Allen key. We're just gonna go in here, make sure you're in the off position, remove, and pull these out. You can see it spinning right here. I lied, we are not done with the flathead screwdriver. I forgot about this part. All right, then we're gonna do the bottom one. Ugh. Whoa, getting a little crazy. All right, once you're free, grab your flathead again, and I'm just gonna go on the shoulder of this slide pin and push it out the rest of the way. like so. And then we're gonna grab the bolt and push it out till we can grab it over here and pull it out. Because we're gonna wanna clean these before we put them back anyway. I hope you guys can see. All right, those need to be cleaned before they go back. Now you're done with the flathead. So grab a bite here. Oh wait, I forgot, we got a clip here. Oh, I'm hungry guys, I'm burning the midnight oil. I'm trying to help people, which means after work, which means I'm tired because I've already worked for the whole day. Now I'm doing car repairs at night. All right, so we're gonna pop that out. We're just gonna kind of let it hang. Caliper is not heavy. Oh yeah, this has been hot. This rubber is crusty. She's gotten hot. All right, so brake pads, or what's left of it, we're gonna, oh yeah, that's gorgeous. She's shiny. It had, funny thing is it had a squealer. Squealer got broken off at some point. That's gonna go over here. That's gonna slide off as well. That can go over there. Boom, boom, bada bang. All right. How you do all this, what method you use, I don't really care. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this stuff off. So we're gonna grab, this is a 14 millimeter that I'm using. I'm gonna go ahead and put it right on top of the same 3/8 ratchet I was using. Make sure you're still in the off-in mode and not the on-in mode. Yes, you see oil and stuff, that's actually water. It is raining outside, and he brought this car over while it was raining, so. I got all excited when I first put this on the lift thinking that he had a bad brake leak, but it's just water, which would also not be good in your system. All right, so your next caliper mounting bracket bolt is down here. It's a little more tricky to get to with the caliper in the way. Some people might tell you to remove the caliper. I don't really care. Do what you want. This is how I'm doing it. Look at all that crusties fall down on the ground there. What would have been behoovial is to do the bottom one first, but that's all right. Yeah, break loose everything there. All right, so this bolt can come out. There we go. Hiya, hoyo, booyah. All right, so caliper, you may have something holding this in. I do not, so I'm gonna use a hammer. And I'm gonna beat on this all the way around, trying to vibrate it loose off the hub. It might just break as thin as it is, I don't know. Wear your safety glasses. She's coming. She's wiggling. There he goes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she's shiny. Wow, she's gotten rubbed off. Yeah, that's gross. I'm hoping you guys can see all this. Look at that, that's nasty. All right, so that coupled with what's left of the pads. There's your rotor surface. At this point, I like to wash this off with a little wire wheel action. Breathe deep. All right, once you got the bulk of that, we're gonna go ahead and spray this off. I'm gonna get the dust shield too, just because there's a lot of metal sitting in there. Now back to this obnoxiously inconvenient rotor here, or caliper. This got real hot. This boot is crusty. I'm gonna hit it with just a little bit of brake clean here. Good news is the crust seems to be on top of the boot and not the boot itself. Oh, and from what I can find in the bulletin, it says, as long as you're in maintenance mode, you can depress the caliper just like normal. I just bought this. I used to have a Lang, and I like the Lang way better than I like this thing. I don't like this depressor. I think I'm gonna throw this one away and get another Lang actually, because this one sucks. All right. Oh, I can't even fit. Can't even fit it in there. That's a bummer. Typically I would use a C-clamp and try and clamp that in, but this is plastic over here. I don't know what you guys can see, and it's really quite annoying to me. I'm gonna push it down a little bit more. So I'm gonna use a C-clamp, and it seems to be working. So the spinning part is your electronic park brake, I believe. The piston retracts like normal, And yeah, I'm just using a C-clamp and it's going back nice and smoothly, so life might be all right for this guy. I wasn't sure if he was gonna have to get a new caliper or not, which I'm not promising he doesn't. We still need to hook all this up and everything and find out for sure, but life is looking up, I think. It's hard to tell. Okay, so at this point, we are gonna get our new rotor in place. Or actually, before we do that, I'm gonna clean up the old brake hardware brake caliper mounting bracket. All right, I'm gonna brake clean this up a little bit. That one's empty. All right, that should be all right here in a minute. So let's grab our rotor. Oh, we're gonna clean any grease off of this or dirty fingerprints, whatever might be the case. Slap this on. Same thing, get any grease or contamination off of this side, easy peasy. And we can go ahead and remount our caliper bracket. It's pretty hard to mess this up, don't stress about it too much. Caliper bracket only goes in one way. If you try to put it in the wrong way, it should be painfully obvious. Oh! No idea if you guys can see. I'm just getting the bottom one, there we go. Alright, our ratchet. I'm going to snug up the upper one till it meets, and then we're going to tighten the bottom one, and then we'll torque them down. It smells brake cleaning. The door open kind of night with the rain, but you guys can't hear me when the door's open. So it's a little stuffy in here. Okay, I'm going to torque the caliper mounting bracket bolts to whatever the torque spec is. I'll try and put it on the bottom of your screen to the best of my ability, what I can find online. Torque down. We're gonna grab our new pads. These are really easy on this Subaru. They just set in. It's easy. All there is to it. Just put them in place, call them a day. All right, once those are in place, I like to grease the caliper piston and then the brackets here. You just supposedly don't have to these days because there's all this anti-rattle technology in these pads, but I still do because that's what I do. So I'm going to grab some grease here and a little bit on that ear, a little bit on that ear, and that's just it. All right, so our caliper slide pins. I'm gonna grab a towel and some brake clean, and I'm gonna, woo. Uh-oh, I'm almost out of brake clean. You're probably not gonna get this inside clean. That's where it's riding in the environment because there's not a enclosed boot here. It is what it is. Unless you wanna buy new caliper pins. Whoo, that burns on the open cut. Once you more or less have those cleaned up, I'm gonna liberally, more so than normal because it is an open system, I'm gonna coat these pretty liberally. I wanna stick my little dealio in here. We're going to wrap our caliper in around. I'm gonna put this one on the bottom. And just gonna slide it through. And I'm just going to get this one started. Just enough to hold the caliper. The same thing with this one. Personal opinion, I coat the front of it heavier than the back of it because when you push it through, most of that grease on the front of it's going to be held up going backwards. Alright, so make sure you're still in the on position. And we are going to tighten these slide pins in. These don't need to be wallered on, they just need to be nice and snug. I'll put the torque specs that I can find down below for you. For me, that's gonna be right there. Alright, we're done with that. I'm gonna grab our two dust caps. Put that there, put that there. Voila. Alright, so at this point we're ready to put our tires on. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, I guess. Oh no! Haha, we are not ready for tires. Wow, I can't believe I almost forgot. Slow down, Jeremy. Almost forgot my favorite part of the whole job is this stupid clip right here. That would have sucked. Alright, so that, I like to start with one side, put it in the hole and around here, and then I take the second side. So something like so. Put your thumb in there, make it stick. And this side, something like so. Once you get it in, pound it into place. Make sure it's resting fully home. Now we put the tire on. That would have been a bummer. Okay. Okay, so coming back under here, we're going to go ahead and look at our brake fluid, which is quite full, but not horribly full. And the calipers are going to compress just a little bit. So after we drive this for a second, we'll want to check the fluid, make sure we're good. Should be, but you know, always make sure. Close the hood. Ooh, that was a nice sounding hood slop. That was really beautiful. All right, so now I'm going to take it out of maintenance mode. We're going to take it for a test drive. We're going to torque all the lug nuts, of course, and life should be good. Guys, that's all there is to replacing the rear brakes on the 2016 Subaru Outback. Pretty easy. If you don't have the ability to put it in maintenance mode, or you know a cheat code to put it in maintenance mode, I would recommend you have somebody else do it. However, if you can find a way to do it without maintenance mode, go for it. That's up to you, your choice, your car, not mine. I have the ability to do maintenance mode and retract those electronic parking brakes, so that's what I did. Guys, remember, like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Click the links in my Amazon links down below. Buy stuff, even if it's not what I link. Click link, buy stuff. I make money. Amazon doesn't get it all. I get a small portion, which I appreciate. Helps keep the channel going. Guys, until next time, adios.